What's going on, everyone? My name is Colin. Welcome to the Pokey Office. I got a really exciting video for you today. We are looking at the data I pulled from the last two videos that I've done. One was looking at Sun and Moon booster boxes. The last one I did was looking at X and Y booster boxes, what they've been doing over the last year or so, what their prices are. Now, we are looking at some data from that, projecting into the future of Sword and Shield booster box pricing. 3 to 6 years out, kind of from the Sun and Moon data, 7 to 9 years out from the X and Y data. What could booster boxes from Sword and Shield look like price-wise 3 to 9 years out? Let's take a look. It's going to be awesome. It's pretty nerdy. Before you do that, make sure to leave a comment. Let me know what you think the pricing is going to be like. Do you think it's just going to be skyrocketing? Has Pokemon reached its peak? Let me know in the comments below. Hit that like button so more people can see this video. Appreciate you for watching. Thank you. Okay, so bear with me. This is one of my nerdier videos, but I think it's going to be totally awesome looking at this. So for perspective, I have the Sword and Shield stuff up here. So what I'm using in this video is this percentage column on the far right. And what that is the cost of all singles divided by the cost of a booster box. So figuring out how many booster boxes you can buy before you reach the cost that you're going to take to just buy every single card from the set as a single. So in Sword and Shield, we're seeing these numbers: 1.34, 1.82, 1.42, 3.0, 5.12, 9.92, huge number, 7.52, 6.19, 4.34, 7.45, 7.27, 6.87. So we're seeing them as low as like 1.34 is the lowest, as high as almost 10, which is absolutely crazy. And now, as we're going to move into Sun and Moon and X and Y, if you haven't watched my Sun and Moon and X and Y videos, the review of what the booster boxes have been doing lately, you should go watch those. So you can check the description for the link to those videos. But we looked at all those. Now we're looking at the percentages. And as we get older in time, these percentages start to come together a little bit, as you'll see. So in Sun and Moon here, we have a bunch of different numbers, but nothing so high like Chilling Reigns when it was like almost at a 10. Right here we have 3.04, 2.76, 2.32, 1.69, 2.3, 1.52, 1.98, 2.85, 2.64, 1.76, 1.62. So all of these numbers minus the outliers are within 1.5 to 2.85. What I did here, so I bolded 1.52. I bolded 2.85. That is the lowest and the highest that I'm going to use. The 1.44, the 3.04 are the two biggest outliers. They're the biggest extremes. So I took those ones out just to make it a little bit more palatable. But as you can see, as we get 3 to 6 years old in the booster box category, this percentage seemingly starts to narrow the gap, and it's all in between 1.5 and 2.85. Now moving on to X and Y, did the same thing. Look at these numbers. They are almost exclusively below 1, except for the outlier in Primal Clash. And they're all above 0.25, except for the outlier in Phantom Forces, which is an extremely hard one to find. But lots of them are like 0.44, 0.58. They're in that like 0.4, well, there's a few down below at 0.25, 2.78, 2.28, but they're all in between 0.25 and 0.69. So my theory is that as time goes on, this percentage is going to be dropping. So you're going to be able to buy less of a booster box before being able to buy out all of the single cards of a set. So here's what I did. We're going to look at all the Sword and Shield sets, and we're going to take the low, the 0.25, and the high, 0.69 of XY. We're going to take the low of 1.52, 2.85, and then we're going to take the current cost of all singles in the Sword and Shield sets, do some math, and figure out from 3 to 6 years and from 7 to 9 years what the costs could look like for a booster box here. So I think you're going to love it. Okay. Here's Silver Tempest. So on the left-hand side, it's a busy screen. On the left-hand side, we have the low end at 2.85, the high end at 1.52. Those are the percentages from Sun and Moon. On the right side, we have the low end 0.69, the high end of 0.25. Those are from XY. The current cost of all singles right now in Silver Tempest is a lot more than the X and Y ones for the most part. $937.18. So if we do the math, we're going backwards to figure out the cost of a booster box. So it's $937 divided by 2.85. We get $328.84. That would be the low end of the projection. The high end is $937.18 divided by 1.52, which would give us $616.57. Now, if we look back at Sun and Moon, there is definitely booster boxes in that range of $330 to $615. So are they going to meet those extremes? Maybe not, but they're definitely, I don't think there's anything wrong in saying that I could see Silver Tempest in 3 to 6 years being like a $350 booster box or a $600 booster box, really. But here's where it gets crazy is that when we go out to the 7 to 9 year projections, when we're dividing 937 divided by 0.69, the low end of the projection is $1,358.23. The high end is a $3,700 booster box, which is absolutely insane based on the current cost of all singles. So Silver Tempest as a $3,000 booster box, are you serious right now? But that being said, with all these alt arts, with inflation, with the price of all these singles, like really this, I don't know, like I'm just projecting, I'm having fun with it, but 10 years from now, could Silver Tempest be a $3,000 booster box? Yeah, it very well might be, especially with all the cool alt arts. Like I think Sword and Shield era of cards are gonna be a hit for a long time. They're so cool. Everyone loves the alt arts. Like Pokemon has just been crushing it. Anyways, I'm rambling now. Let's get to the next one. Lost Origin. Same thing. All of these slides are going to look the same, just with the different booster boxes. So 3 to 6 years, projecting that Lost Origin could be worth $354.99 all the way up to $665.61. 7 to 9 years out, projecting that it could be $1,466.28 all the way up to $4,046.92, because the current cost of all singles is $1,011.73. So another one, could I see Lost Origin with that Giratina and Aerodactyl alt arts being like a multiple $1,000 booster box? Yeah, I think I probably could. Astral Radiance, another one, a bit of the lower cost of all singles. This one projecting $329 to $617 range, 3 to 6 years out. And then from the X and Y data, we're looking at $1,360 to $3,753 for a booster box. Absolutely nuts. Brilliant Stars. This one's a little bit lower, actually, surprisingly. The current cost of all singles, only $782 right now. I did a video not too long ago, so if you want to watch that, it'll be in the top right of your screen here. What's happening to Brilliant Stars? Lots of the singles and everything from Brilliant Stars, other than the booster box, ironically, is trending downwards right now. The booster box is trending upwards a little bit. Anyway, so the projecting here for Brilliant Stars, 3 to 6 years out, $274 all the way to $515. And then 7 to 9 years out, $1,134 all the way up to $3,133. I totally could see this. Brilliant Stars is an awesome set. I love everything about it. The Charizard. I pulled the Arceus alt art the other day, which was absolutely amazing. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, we're getting into some of the crazy ones here coming up pretty quick. Next up, Fusion Strike. Another one in that like $700 to $900 range for the cost of all the singles. So projections are looking fairly similar. Low end is $280 to $526 from 3 to 6 years out, the Sun and Moon data. And from the X and Y scale, 7 to 9 years out, we're looking at $1,160 to $3,202. This one is crazy. Evolving Skies, $2,479 to buy all the singles, which means the projections are going to be really high. Will Evolving Skies stay huge for life? I wouldn't be surprised. It seems to just knock it out of the park every time Pokemon releases a new something. Okay, so On the Sun and Moon data, we're looking at the low-end projection of $869.97, the high-end projection of $1,631.20. Could you see Evolving Skies being above $1,000 in 3 years from now? Honestly, the way it's trending, I wouldn't be shocked. 2026, Colin from the Pokey office is calling it that Evolving Skies could easily be $1,000 booster box by 2026. You saw it here first. Anyways, the projections from X and Y, 7 to 9 years, $3,593, high end of $9,917, almost a $10,000 booster box on the extreme high end, which would be absolutely crazy. Man, maybe I got to keep my Evolving Skies booster box for 10 years from now. Okay, Chilling Reign, another one that has quite a big cost for all of the singles. We're looking at the low-end projections of $490 to $920 from the 3 to 6 year projection. From the 7 to 9 year projection, we're looking at $2,000, just over it, to $5,594. Chilling Reign, another set that I totally love. And because there's so many good cards in it, there's so many cards that are above like $30 each, which brings that cost up. Battle Style is one of the least popular sets, but actually it still has a decent current cost of all singles because of that Tyranitar, and I can't remember if it's the Rapid Strike or the Single Strike Urshifu VMAX. One of them is quite expensive. I can't remember which one, the blue one. Anyways, the low end projection for Sun and Moon 3 to 6 years out, $192.85. High end is $361.59. Moving over to 7 to 9 years, we're looking at $796 to $2,198. I could totally see this happening. 7 to 9 years out, Battle Styles getting $800 for a booster box, like that does not seem unreasonable whatsoever to me. Vivid Voltage, these ones are a little bit lower, which is kind of shocking, but it actually seems to be making sense based on the other data from the other videos that I've done from Sun and Moon booster boxes, X and Y booster boxes. Realistically, lots of it is about the popularity of the set, not necessarily just how old it is. So you see in Sun and Moon, like Cosmic Eclipse is the newest set, but the current cost of all singles of Cosmic Eclipse is way higher than some of the earlier sets of Sun and Moon. And the booster box follows suit in that Cosmic Eclipse booster box is quite expensive compared to some of the earlier booster boxes of Sun and Moon. You saw it same in the X and Y era. Some of the higher current cost of all the singles means that the booster boxes are also higher in price. So Vivid Voltage, we're looking at a projection 3 to 6 years out, $136 on the low end, $255 on the high end. X and Y, so 7 to 9 years out, we're looking at $563 all the way to $1,554. That's a pretty big spread, but somewhere in between there, 7 to 9 years out, I could see Vivid Voltage being a $600 booster box. Probably this one. I think what you have to do here is look at the data. So the current cost of all singles, Vivid Voltage, really there's only the one Rainbow Chunkachu card that is driving this price up. So this Vivid Voltage probably would be on the lower end, would be my guess. So $563. Roughly in that range. It could be on the lower end, 7 to 9 years out. We're already seeing it. It's above this cost here, $136.38. So the 3 to 6 year projection, I don't know if that's quite right yet. Okay, we got 3 left. Darkness Ablaze is the next one. Current cost of all singles here is really, really low. There's just that Charizard VMAX that people like, but it's only going for like $35 the last time I checked. So nothing too crazy. So this is where the data doesn't work very good. The Sun and Moon projections, 3 to 6 years out, $70 for a booster box of Darkness Ablaze. Well, we know that that's not true. I just paid a lot more than that for a Darkness Ablaze booster box a couple months ago. High end, $131. I think that's in the realm of where it's sitting, maybe even a little bit higher than that. I'd have to double check. But these 7 to 9 year projections are looking a little bit more reasonable, $290 all the way up to $800. So again, I think Darkness Ablaze would be one of the ones from Sword and Shield that would be on the low end, just because the current cost of all singles is quite low. Looking at Rebel Clash, the second last one it actually has a little bit higher current cost of all singles than Darkness Ablaze and Vivid Voltage. So similar numbers here though. 3 to 6 years out, we're looking at $137 to $257. Already, Rebel Clash is quite expensive because it's hard to find. So it's much higher than $137. But the 7 to 9 year projections, 567 to 1566, that one could be a little bit more reasonable. I could see this Rebel Clash booster box going for $500 to $600 quite easily 7 to 9 years from now. And we're on to the last one. Sword and Shield booster boxes. Current cost of all singles, $372.07. So this one also already more expensive than the low end of the projection 3 to 6 years out. The high end is $244. But looking forward 7 to 9 years, I could see this booster box being $500 all the way up to $1,500. $1,500 probably is a little bit too high, but definitely in the above $500 range 7 to 9 years out. Okay, so that was a lot of data. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to hit that subscribe button, the like button, bell notification on, I don't know what, all the things that YouTube wants you to do. Leave a comment, what was most surprising or most shocking to you about this? Of course, this is projection, so full disclaimer, I'm not saying that this is like actually what's going to happen to Pokemon booster boxes, but it's a good looking at the data from Sun and Moon, X and Y, seeing what they've done. Their singles are just not nearly as expensive as Sword and Shield, so that's really dependent. Like, will Sword and Shield singles be more valuable than Sun and Moon and X and Y singles, or will they come down in price? I'm not really sure. So just projecting based on the data that I have, and I thought it was a fun experiment, just looking ahead, whether or not Pokemon Sword and Shield booster boxes might be a good idea. Anyways, I've got some packs of Silver Tempest. Let's open it and see if we can get some hits. Okay, here we go. I still got my Crown Zenith mini tin stickers in the background here. I think they're pretty cool, actually. And Sword and Shield, Silver Tempest, the last booster box before Scarlet and Violet. Who knows what Scarlet and Violet has ahead? I'm excited for it though. I got a case of booster boxes coming. Definitely going to put one away at least into a case to hold it for a while. So definitely my current plan, I really enjoy the booster boxes. Like, that's what I'm focusing on for my sealed product collection. ETBs are fine, but that's not what I care about too much. Drudgegon, that's a nice hit. So definitely moving forward, like all of the Scarlet and Violet booster boxes coming, I'm definitely going to be snagging at least one of them to put in a case and sit in the closet for a few years. I have all of the Sword and Shield ones sitting in my closet, one of each, so that's pretty exciting. And I actually, seemingly from the latest data that I've looked at, bought at a pretty good time. Like, I still paid a lot. I think I paid something like $1,800 for all 12 booster boxes. It was like $2,200 Canadian, so right around that $1,800 mark American. And Evolving Skies especially, but even like Chilling Reign, Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, quite a few of the sets have gone up in value since, with still no word of a reprint coming. So honestly, my investor self hopes that a reprint doesn't come, even though for your average collector and like kids who just want to open Pokemon cards and I don't know, even the TCG, I think it's probably a bad thing, but for collecting dollars, it's definitely a good thing. We got a Ho-Oh. There is a first regular art card. That's pretty sweet. I don't think I've ever pulled this one, so I like it. I really like the full art Ho-Oh card of Silver Tempest. I think it's totally awesome. But yeah, let me know what you think. I don't know, like, are the singles too expensive in Sword and Shield booster boxes? Like, they're significantly higher, especially, I was really surprised at during my last video, X and Y booster boxes, the singles of those sets are just not very expensive. Like, you can buy lots of those sets, all of the singles for like $300, $350, and that's including every card in the set. Like, it's not missing any. Flashfire is the only one out of my brief memory, which isn't very good, that you can, that's expensive, because it's got those Charizard cards that are quite expensive. So, I don't know. We're a little bit ice cold here. We got one Trainer Gallery hit so far and the Ho-Oh regular art, but it could all change. It could all change. I was also, like, it's hard to envision booster boxes that we're currently buying for $130, $140 or whatever being in the thousands. Like, that's just a little bit hard to understand. But I mean, there's some, like Phantom Forces is a $2,500 booster box, even more than that. Like, I had to look on eBay for that one. There wasn't enough market value price. Like, that box isn't selling enough on TCG Player for them to have good data on it, which is kind of crazy. It's the first time I've come across that. Flashfire is really expensive, and still these sets don't have the value inside of it. That's weird. Oh, that was a holo. I didn't even see the reverse holo. Alright, losing my mind. Too focused. But yeah, Pokemon's just outdoing themselves. Like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, because the alt arts, everyone just loves it. Like, Evolving Skies is almost 2 years old already, and people still can't get enough of it. I can't get enough of it. I haven't pulled nearly enough cards out of it that I want to. And we are ice cold with the Keldeos coming in full force. I think we pulled like 2 or 3 of them. Come on. Gotta get something. Gotta get something. But yeah, hopefully you like these type of videos. I've really enjoyed looking at the data. Like, I think I've been doing the channel now for 5 months, and when I started it, I was just nerding out about Pokemon, wanted to start recording some content, and now that I've been kind of finding my vibe, finding out this data, like, it's a lot of work to put this together, but I really enjoy it, and I like looking at the market. Like, I'm following it quite closely. I look at least once a week, looking at Sword and Shield singles and the booster boxes and stuff, just keeping an eye out on it so that I'm at least semi-knowledgeable about it. We got 3 packs left. If you haven't yet, hit the like button. Give me some good luck for these last 3 packs. It has been an ice-cold opening here, which may be deserved. I've had some really good luck in the past couple of weeks of videos, but you never just want to go ice cold. Pokemon is so much more fun when you're pulling the heat. Come on. Come on, Ladle. Nothing. Milotic. Maybe it'll be a last pack magic. That'd be kind of fun. Come on now. Alright, here we go. Second last pack. What was I saying? If you are not subscribed yet and you're still watching, well, props to you, because you've been watching a pretty long video. I appreciate you being here, but make sure you're subscribed. And, oof, last pack. Come on. Yeah, I just can't say how much I appreciate you watching. Altaria. Okay, whatever. There's the code card. I don't know what to do. I'm going to go straight through on this one. I think we have something too, so it might be a last pack magic, which is nice. Oh, okay. 3, 2, 1. Regieleki VMAX for the victory on the last pack magic. We finally got something. That is nice. Nothing too fancy, but definitely liking at least one more hit. That is a very cool looking card. Love it. So, that being said, quick recap. There's not much to recap. We got the Regieleki VMAX. We got the Ho-Oh V and the Druddigon Trainer Gallery. Not too shabby. Let me know if you like it, like these videos. I appreciate you all for being here. Thank you. My name is Colin. This is the Pokey Office, coming at you with Pokemon content multiple times a week, and I'll see you on my next video. Peace.